Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. As of right now, the Saints have a 6-3 lead over the Denver Broncos. If you're watching this live, this is the Saints preseason week 3 watch along, and we're looking for some good play by quarterbacks. We're also looking for the defense, and what they're going to be maybe displaying this season. I mean, from so far, what I see, I think the New Orleans Saints first team looks really good, especially the defense. I mean, the defense is flying around the field. I mean, I'm seeing guys that, you know, last season you forget was on a team, and now they're out there making plays like Ugo Amadi. I mean, Ugo Amadi is like all over the field, and also I'm very impressed with some of the tackling by the Saints. I mean, the game tackling, the run stopping. Denver isn't really able to run the football. Now, still want to see these quarterbacks get on the ground when you collapse the pocket. I would like to see the quarterback go on the ground, but all in all, I think that the Saints have looked pretty doggone good so far, man. I mean, even a running game. I think Kendre Miller is running good. I think the offensive line is opening up lanes for him to run through. But it's a little bit of, hot and cold. Spencer Rattler, he will complete a good pass. He'll make a good play. And then the next play, you're getting sacked. You're taking too long to make a decision. You got to be able to be consistent. Now, I know this is going to come with the territory. Doesn't matter the quarterback, but you want to be able to make smart decisions. You want to be able to make quick decisions. That pass that he threw behind Rashid Shaheed, if you throw it in front of you, you throw it in front of Shaheed, he's probably going to score. I mean, I don't think too many people are going to be able to catch that guy. So, you got to be able to be a little bit more accurate and be a little bit more precise. And, also, you got to be able to make quick decisions. But all in all, I think Spencer Rattler looks a little bit comfortable in the pocket. There were some really good throws. Chris Olave definitely looks better in this game. It just seems like guys are excited about this moment. If they can play with this type of enthusiasm, I think that it will be a fun season. May not end up being what we want it to be as far as record-wise, but at least we know that the team will be competitive. You still got some spots that's missing, and that just comes with trying to build up your roster. But I like what I see so far. We see Danny Stutzman right here as of right now on special teams making plays. There was one big play that Denver special teams was able to make a series back, but you can tell like both of these teams have really good special teams coaches. So, I mean, we know that Darren Rizzi is on the other side. And the Saints, they have some really good, talented special teams players in their own right. But it's good to see the New Orleans Saints out here playing defense and flying around the field. I mean, these guys look explosive. They look, they're playing with energy, and man, it's pretty good to see so far. All right, but looking at his 1st and 10 as of right now, on my television. Okay, they're trying to run the football, and that's a good run stop by the New Orleans Saints. Guys not getting much. You still got a flag on the play. All right, you got a holding on the offense for the Denver Broncos. I just think the New Orleans Saints, I mean, you got to stop shooting yourself in the foot, though. I mean, every good play that you're making that's positive, big gain, comes back on a holding penalty. You got to make sure that you're playing with a little bit more discipline. Other than that, I like what I've seen so far. I think that both sides of the football are playing with juice. And you can tell, like, the team right now, they're playing for one another, and that's all you can ask for right now. I mean, I think the communication has been great. I just want to see these guys be able to get the quarterback on the ground, when the pocket collapse. All right, so there's a handoff right there. Good containment by the Saints defense. You had like 3 guys that were zeroing in on Franklin on that play, on the reverse. So it just looked like this team, they look a little bit faster. They look faster, more explosive. It seemed like guys aren't thinking too much. Defensive wise, it's just like they see ball, get ball. That's just the way they playing. And when you can play like that, man, you can play with a lot of speed. I was wondering what the Saints defense could look like, but I can see why. It just seems like guys are just out there, and they're just asked to do the things that they do best. All right. We see Bo Nix, scrambling for his life. He throws the ball, and here's a flag. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like there's a play right there. They off the field, it's 2nd and 20. And then all of a sudden, here come a flag. Like you got like that. That's the type of stuff that just kills your momentum. You got to be able to get off the field, man. Not shoot yourself in the foot. So you got a personal foul against the defense. And like I said, man, I mean, you shoot yourself in the foot. For every positive play that you make, for every positive play you make, is a negative play. Or all of the positive equity you build up, it just going away. And it was 2nd and 20. You got Bo Nix dead to rights. He wasn't going to complete this pass. Everybody was open. Then you go out here, and I don't think that was a flag, though, because the guy kind of just stopped. And what was Demario Davis supposed to do? So I don't know. But anyway, it just seems like every time, you build up some positive stuff, here come, a flag. And it just erased everything that you did. Here's a handoff here. Tries to get around there. And good game tackling right there, man. Good game tackling by the Saints defense. So the defensive front is looking real stout right now. They're looking real stout out there. That's all you can really ask for. So I'll go ahead and read some of your comments, man. But they just continue to shoot themselves in the foot, man. Are you just looking for a reason to say he's not good? Look, man, Spencer Rattler is playing pretty decent out there today. I don't know what people talking about. I don't know what they own. I see some good stuff, but it just comes with the territory. You're gonna have a mixed bag. He's making some good plays. There was some plays that I'm pretty sure they'll want back. And I'm pretty sure Kool-Aid will want that play back. All right, so big play down the field. And like I said, it's 2nd and 20. And then all of a sudden, here comes a penalty, and it just kills your momentum. And now you have Bo Nix throwing the ball down the field for a big-time gain to Courtland Sutton. And I don't know why Kool-Aid McKinstry trying to tackle up high like that. I just don't know. But anyway, it's just, and they got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. That just seemed like that's just the narrative of this team. Like you get positive yards, you get big gains, you get tackles for loss, you get good runs, you convert on a play, and then it just goes back off a penalty. It's pretty bad, man. Pretty bad when you're shooting yourself in the foot. I don't care. It's a timing pass that has to be made. It's 3 of preseason. Yeah, it needs to be made. I think we agree with that. But look, this is where you are right now. Like, this is where you are. Like, if you're looking for a Drew Brees precision pass, I just advise you to go check out some previous Saints football games from back in the day. Like these guys aren't as accurate as Drew Brees was. They don't. It's a mixed bag. It's gonna be some hot and cold. That's just the reality of life with young quarterbacks. Then you give up a 43-yard pass. Yeah, man. It's just defense looking good for sure. I'm not worried about the defense. The offense is questionable right now, in my opinion. I don't even think the offense is questionable. I don't think the offense is questionable. Like, not from what I'm seeing right now. The only thing I feel like, when it comes down to it, Spencer Rattler just has to realize he has to live to fight another day. Like, you can't just take a sack. And he tried to throw that pass to Kendre Miller. Like, just throw it out of bounds. Like, you got to be able to, it's not just about, I just completed this pass. Like, you got to look out for your guy. Like, Kendre Miller wasn't going to be able to catch that pass and make a move. You got to throw that ball out of bounds. And then, when you're going through your progressions, and you seeing that it don't work, and maybe you're trying to dump it down and the dump down not there, just throw the ball at the running back feet. Now, you got to be able to make smart decisions in real time. I understand you're trying to make a play, but sometimes that play isn't there. Maybe, the pocket collapse. And I'd rather it be second and 10 than second and 15 because you took a sack. So got to be able to make smarter decisions on that. We can't score a touchdown. Should have got Samuel Jr. Defense looking good overall, especially the run defense. Expecting a second-year guy to look like MVS is insane. I mean, MVP is insane. Kool-Aid getting getting stanked up. Look, man, that's Cortland Sutton out there. I don't know if y'all realize how good that dude is, but he's a good wide receiver. And yeah, he is getting worked out there, I must say. So that just comes, like I said, it just comes with the territory. Yeah, but we were hot and cold with Dennis Allen. Yeah, I mean, but this is your team, though. I mean, like, how many guys on defense do you see that's too much of that's different? It's pretty much the same guys that's out here. You got a couple new faces, but it's pretty much the same thing. Hot and cold. Hot and cold team. Like you pretty much got the same roster for the most part. Let's see. I like our run defense, but Denver don't have a good running game. I don't know, man. I bet they got a good offensive line though, and those guys are getting through. And they ain't have a good running game last year when the Saints played them, and they torched the Saints in the running game. I'm tired of seeing 3-and-outs and field goals. That's a really good defense on the other side of the football as well. I ain't trying to make excuses, man. I'm just trying to provide context. We winning 4 games. Sutton is good. Y'all sleep. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I don't like, bro. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry going to improve, but man, there's levels to this. And that's a catch for a touchdown. That was on Julian Black. My boy Cortland Sutton out there eating. They targeting number 4 every play. I target number 4 every play too if I had Cortland Sutton out there. Let's see. Nick's picking them boys apart. Bo Nix is looking nice though. Yeah, Bo Nix is a good quarterback. I mean, man, look, there's only so much you can do on a play like that. That's a big 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver. And like he had like good positioning. Like you're not gonna catch that. I mean, you're not gonna do anything about that. Bo Nix put it in a place where Cortland Sutton had the best positioning. Like, and you got a 6'4" guy going up against a 6-foot guy. Guess who's gonna win that? So far, so good. Like, man, I think that I think they look pretty solid, man. Just gotta work on some things, defensively in the secondary. Our defense not bad. Yeah. I don't think they bad. I think the run defense is good. I think that the linebackers been flying around the field. But this shouldn't even happen. Like I said, this shouldn't even be a drive. They had them at 2nd and 20. And it was going on 3rd and 20. So you pretty much gave them this drive. That is a such thing as momentum. The money playbook, thank you very much for the $4.99. Shedeur was there at bare minimum, bro. Would have fit in with the city and sold out jerseys and tickets. They could have at least gave fans some entertainment. Well, look, man, you want to be entertained or you want to win some football games, And a lot of time, and this has nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders, but like what if he just didn't fit what they were trying to do? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like. Maybe they just feel like they rather go with Tyler Shough than Shedeur Sanders. I don't know, man, but I'm trying to win football games. Do I feel like Shedeur Sanders would have helped you win some football games? Yeah, I do. But at the same time, man, like this ain't like I don't like I could care less about selling aura or selling jerseys, man. I don't care, man. I want them to win football games consistently. I want them to go, win games consistently. This ain't got nothing to do with, look how he walk into the Superdome with sunglasses on and his dad exclusive Deion Sanders Nikes. Now I don't care about that. Like, can you win football games? That's what matters to me. Y'all stuck up Shadur as too much. Go be a Browns fan. I understand people wanting Shadur Sanders, but there ain't nothing you can do about it at this point. That ship sailed, man. Cortland Sutton, a big body receiver, a good box out catch. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't doing nothing about that. You ain't doing nothing about that. I mean, that was Breeze to coasting type stuff right there, where Breeze basically kind of just puts it right there, and Coasting uses his body to box out the defender, and he catches the ball. Like, man, y'all sleeping on Cortland Sutton. I don't know if y'all, man, like, and none of these guys. I don't care how well Kool-Aid McKinstry has been playing in training camp. Like, he's not Sauce Gardner. He's not Jalen Ramsey. He's not like a shutdown, lockdown corner. I don't see that. I see, he probably gonna give you some good, probably gonna give you some bad too. That's just what it is. And if you evaluate, let's just keep it 100 here. If you just basing it on like the wide receiver room that the Saints have, it's gonna be a magical year for him. Like, I wouldn't place my bet on him going up against Saints, wide receivers and looking at it like he about to be lockdown, shutdown or something. Like, we seen the most basic cornerbacks in the NFL basically kind of neutralize some of the Saints receivers. So I would take that with a grain of salt. Spencer Rattler has to lead a touchdown drive this quarter so he can stay ahead of Shough. Yeah, I mean, you can be more fundamentally sound with a guy. I mean, than a guy, but if you can't get the ball into the end zone, that means absolutely nothing. I mean, but I must say, man, I mean, the handoffs and the run, the run blocking has been much better this game. It's been much better. I see running backs being able to find success in this game. So that's a positive thing. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and just criticize everything the New Orleans Saints do. Like, this ain't a playoff team we talking about. This ain't a team that's jockeying for Super Bowl positioning. Like, this is a team that's trying to figure out who they are and what they are. Like, if you're looking for that type of New Orleans Saints football, like, you basically just, wasting your time. Like, this is a process. So what I'm looking at is how, Spencer Rattler is going to matriculate the ball down the field, how these receivers are going to be out of their breaks. Is the timing there? Is the offensive line providing protection in order for Spencer Rattler to read through his progressions? Are they opening up lane for these running backs? That's what I'm looking at right now. Like, I'm not looking at the Saints being better than the Denver Broncos, because they're not. They're not a better football team than the Broncos. Broncos are a playoff team right now, and the Saints are a team trying to figure it out. So you can do two things. You can sit up here and scowl and hate watch, and not look at the positive aspects of the things that you can actually build on, or you can sit up here and just evaluate some of the good, see the things that these guys do well. Is it going to be sustainable or not? Right? I mean, that if you're just gonna hate watch, man, it's gonna be a long season for you. It's gonna be a very, very, very long season. Now, I normally don't do this, but during halftime, we're gonna take a little break, and we'll pick up in the second half of this game. All right, so if y'all can stay here, y'all can stay around. We'll be back at the start of the half. I just have something that I need to do before the second half starts. So we'll break it down in the third quarter and talk about some of the stats that we had so far. But we're here right now, and I just ask everybody to hit the like button. I would really appreciate that, man. And shouts out to everybody that's taking a part in this watch along. Really means a lot to me to see so many members of the Who Dat Nation and people that support the State of the Saints podcast throughout the season and off season. And thank y'all, because y'all could be spending y'all time, y'all Saturday, doing something else. So I appreciate that. Also, if you can subscribe to the State of the NFL podcast. Talk about some of the hottest topics in the NFL. Put the link inside of the comments. So if you have time, just go ahead and click that link. It'll direct you to the State of the NFL, and you can hit that subscribe button. All right, so there's a challenge. All right, so I got my TV now, so I don't know exactly what they were challenging, and I'm actually looking at your comments, so I apologize for that. I'm kind of skeptical about the new measuring system. Yeah, you feel like a fix could be in, huh? You know, anytime you're involved like AI, right? There's room for error, and I appreciate you, dog. Keep going. Who that? Uptown, thank you, man. But no, I appreciate you, man. I really do. You could be doing something else with your Saturday. Sean Payton not trying to give up nothing. Well, but look, let's just be honest about this. Would you want him to? Because if he's out there with his first, like, I look, regardless how you feel about Sean Payton at this point, he's actually helping out the New Orleans Saints by having his starters still play out there and basically doing a game simulation. That's going to help the Saints. Like him going out there with second team, third team players in week number 3, and Spencer Rattler, like, throwing bombs down the field to Rashid Shaheed, who is his first team receiver, and Chris Olave, his first team receiver, and getting you false hope is not going to be ideal. It's not beneficial to the team. Like, you want him to act as if this is a regular season type game. You want it to be simulated like that. So I don't have an issue with that, man. Call challenges, bring the blitz, put pressure on Spencer Rattler. Try to lock up these receivers. What's Cortland Sutton out there to go up against Kool-Aid McKinstry? Like, please do. Like this is the type of stuff that you want to see. You don't want to be out here with false hope. Man, you seen how Kool-Aid McKinstry locked down such and such, and this dude like a second, third string wide receiver deep on the depth chart. Like, you don't want that. Like, what do you want? You want a real look at the team that is going to be your New Orleans Saints in 2025, or you want like a false sense of hope, because Spencer Rattler threw the ball down the field? Like, nah, man. Like, nah, keep playing. Keep playing. If Spencer Rattler can't, make plays under pressure, let's see it. Let's see it, man. If these offensive linemen can't block for the running backs, let's see it. That's what you want, man. That is what you want. So I have no problem with that whatsoever at all. So keep playing. So I ain't got no problem with that. That's what you want. You want them to keep their starters out there. You want him to, dial up a blitz, put a little pressure on Spencer Rattler. Like, if this guy's going to be your number one guy, like, this is the type of stuff he's going to have to deal with every single week. That's like, to me, man, y'all playing too rough. Like, nah, man, shoot. All right, so I don't know, man. They are looking for Drew Brees and Spencer. They're looking for Drew Brees and everybody. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, like, everybody wants Drew Brees. Like, but these dudes aren't Drew Brees. And that's what it is. Like, Drew Brees would have put it on the money, but Drew Brees was one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. What you're looking at is what many teams deal with, trying to find that guy. I think he got it. He was able to get it. They need to work on their tush push, though. They need to work on the tush push. Say why they run the sneak. I mean, because of the 1 yard play. Like, if you can't get one, look, if you can't get a 1 yard, you can't get 1 yard on a sneak, guess what? If you can't get 1 yard on a sneak, you don't deserve to get a first down. Plain and simple. Like, this, like, shoot, that's what these offensive line, these big boys get paid for, to push that defensive line back. So now they're going for a measurement right here. He has him in a challenge flag ready. I missed the chain game. I mean, but here's the thing. It's still a man-made type, rule, if you think about it, because you still relying on the referees to spot the ball where they feel should have, the ball should have lied. I mean, it's no guarantee. It's no guarantee that they accurate when it comes to this. So you still have to challenge this type of play. Say that's not a first though. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, that's the right play. Look, a quarterback sneak on a 4th and 1 or a half of an inch, like if you can't get if you can't get 1 yard or a half a yard on a 4th and 1, you don't deserve it. Like you don't deserve it. Plain and simple. So I don't have a problem with the sneak. How we can't get half a yard? That's the biggest question right there. That's the biggest question right there. Like why can't you get a half of a yard? So that's the main thing right there. So like I mean we up here talking about we go up here questioning play call. Like almost every team in the National Football League on a 4th and inches going to go for a QB sneak and hope that the offensive line pushes the defensive line back so the quarterback can get a first down. But here, this is where you are. This is where you at. So I don't have an issue with the play call. Like that's on the offensive line, not being able to push these defensive linemen back in order for them to get there. So there's that. So here we go. All right, so Bo Nix is pretty much done for the day. So now we're going to see like some of these backups in the game. So now we see, now we're starting to see the backups start to trickle in to the game. Like I said, we see Christian Boyd out there, Chris Rumph making a play. I believe that if I'm not mistaken, who was I think that's Sam Ehlinger. All right, so here's the run right here. Gets around the side. Good tackle right there. Good tackle. I think the tackling has been better in this game, regardless. But at the same, I think that Sam Ehlinger, former Texas quarterback. LOL, you can't make this up. Oh my God, I woulda. Right. It says can't get a half a yard in 2 plays. That's awful. No faith in Saints to do the tush push. I already told you, man. Like until they fix the interior, like that, and that tells you everything you need to know right there. Like I've been saying this, this interior is going to be the downfall of this offense. Like until you fix the interior, you're not going to find success. Point blank. Period. Like they need to get Cesar Ruiz. Like I feel like rather you can try to trade with a team or something like that to send them somewhere, or you need to draft. You need to draft 2 guards, or if you're not going to draft one, you can your salary cap issue will be better in 2026. So you need to go ahead and try to sign one. You need to get yourself a high value right guard or left guard in free agency and draft one that you feel is going to provide stability, because this ain't the move, bro. All right, so Sam Ehlinger right there around the sidelines. And all right, so you got some RPO stuff going right now. Look what they do on 4th and 1. Foskey better be cut before the preseason. Oh, no, he done. Terrible containment. Terrible containment. So, but look, man, I have no issue with what Sean Payton is doing right now at all. I don't have no problem. And that's a sack right there. Again, Christian Boyd, man out there, has had an incredible preseason. And the Saints are going to be relying on this big man in part of their nose tackle rotation. All right. So, big man showing speed, being able to get there, getting Sam Ehlinger on the ground. So, like to see that from the big man. Young player right there, 2nd-year player out of Northern Iowa. The best player that the Saints drafted out of Northern Iowa. The other one was a 1st-round draft pick. Sean Payton drafting all they players for what? Yeah, man, we looking at Isaiah Foskey. Yeah, man. All right, so we got another penalty right there. So your best case scenario is just to hold these guys to a field goal. That's your best bet right there. But like I said, man, I like the way that Sean Payton calling this game because it's making it's giving the Saints a little bit more of an idea about some of the things that they do well and some of the things they need to work on. So I don't have an issue with that. He calling this like a regular season game. Like you don't see too much vanilla play calling right here. Like it's allowing guys to gain tackle. It's allowing guys to be able to identify who has the football. The RPO game is helping guys like be able to see things with their eyes, and be able to detect them and shoot the gaps. And so, I mean, this is what you want to see, man. This is what you want to see. Because you don't want to go into the regular season with basically being influenced by news articles. And it's no disrespect to the media, but it's just they're telling you what they see. It's rather you see it against the opposition. Good tackle right there. Good tackle on the draw play. So once again, you got your two rookies right there. You got Sinker and Stutzman meeting at the running back. So, good play right there. Like, you see Danny Stutzman. I mean, he sees the running back as soon as he sees it. He runs like he shot out of a cannon, meets Jonas Sinker, and they make the tackle. Vernon Broughton Boyd should make the oh yeah. Yeah, Christian Boyd definitely making a 53. I mean, I seen from what I see right now, it seems like he has improved tremendously. Now, I don't think, he should be a starter or anything like that, but he definitely should be a part of the rotation. He definitely earned that. Will Lutz's 26-yard field goal is good. And once again, you bend, but you don't break. But at the same time, man, you want to see this offense be able to move the ball down the field. Man, this preseason, everything is. Where's Quincy Riley? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen him out there yet. Boyd and Goshaw looking good in the middle. Yeah, man, two big guys right there. And Christian Boyd, he really flashing. He's really showing that athleticism and the capability of being able to be a part of this rotation, man. I mean, he had a sack in preseason game 1. He had a pressure in the second game, and now he had the sack again in this game. So Kendra had some decent runs. Yeah, I mean, Kendra pretty much locked up this, in my opinion. Like, I don't think it's even in question. And you can kind of see where the Saints are going when it comes to the running back depth chart. Alvin 1, Kendra 2, and then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably going to be your third guy. Those are probably going to be your featured backs in the backfield. Clyde Edwards is a really good, blocker, especially when it comes to picking up the blitz. You got Kendra be able to run between the middle, really showing good pad level. And then, of course, you got Alvin Kamara. Should Kellen let Rattler finish the second? Yeah, he should. Like, this is a two-man competition right now, man. We know this. So let him finish. Let him finish up the first half, and then let Tyler Shough finish up the rest of the game. And if, you see something already from Tyler Shough, you don't feel like there's no need to see it, then you can probably put Jake Hayne in, to allow him to play some of his last snaps that he's going to be able to play maybe in a Saints uniform or, in preseason. So, TJ, would Neal be situational? I think so, man. I mean, you got to combine the fact that he hasn't been a part of the preseason process. He's been dealing with that hamstring injury. I mean, he's really good, so he'll probably end up on the practice squad for the Saints. But I just think too much time was lost. Unless he about to go out here and just absolutely just look better than most of the backup running backs we've seen, which that's that's not much. You got to believe that he probably just going to end up on the practice squad. Will Spence' job is up to these 6 minutes? I don't think so, man. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Because, if Shough comes out here and, he looks the part, then, then we have ourselves a conversation. But like I said, I think I see some good thing from Spencer Rattler. But okay, here comes Tyler Shough right here. So we got Tyler Shough in a second. So I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know if they're going to like play half and half. So, maybe Tyler Shough will play to like a few minutes in the third quarter. Fourth quarter. Then Spencer Rattler come back in. I don't know. 5'8", 43 yards. All right, there we go with the check down right there. And we got Jack Stool. And everybody talking about he catches everything. So that was a good play by Jack Stool. He'll make the team. His connection with Kellen Moore and on their time with Philadelphia, it pretty much helped. And now we see Devin Neal in the game. So, Devin Neal can put together some solid offensive opportunities here. It's not out of realm of possibility they utilize him. Like I said, I still think he's going to be a practice squad guy, but I think it's going to be one of those things where you're probably going to see him like around week 10 or something like that. It's a good run. You're probably going to see him like around week 9, week 10. Shough is their guy, you can tell. Of course he's their guy. They drafted him. This is who they want to work out. And like I said, if this was one, if the shoe was on the other foot, if Tyler Shough was looking like Spencer Rattler was, according to how things were written about this whole quarterback competition, we would already know who the starting quarterback would be. Like the Saints are, in my opinion, are trying to give Tyler Shough the opportunity to take the job. All right, so we see Tyler Shough out there on the run, gets out of bounds. So really good stuff right there. Good RPO stuff right there by Tyler Shough. But in all seriousness, man, they need to, like, stadiums, have grass, right? I think they need to start putting grass in domes too. Because these guys be slipping all over the place. I don't feel like they got proper footing. And I've been on some turf, man. It's just slippery, man. We seen like Spencer Rattler almost tripped, just like Tyler Shough did. I think it have a lot to do with this turf. There we go, pass off to Devin Neal, and he barely gets anything. But that's a dynamic of Devin Neal's game that can be beneficial to the Saints. He's a really good pass catcher as a running back, and he's really underrated as a runner. Love how Neal falls forward. Yeah. Like really good running back, man. Yeah, that's how you run a football. And what does it look like? Landon Young on the ground. Yeah, that looked like Landon Young. Yeah, Landon Young been with the Saints for a few years out of University of Kentucky. I believe he was their 6th-round pick. Kind of, just been a rotational guy. They re-signed him to come back to the team. I hate to see him hurt like that, man. Man, good rotational guy. Like, already lost one rotational guy in Will Clapp. You don't want to lose Landon Young, but offensive line injury. Neal running, man. That's what you want to see, man. You want to see these guys, run this football and find success. That doesn't surprise me at all. Like the Saints are, in my opinion, are lucky to acquire a running back like Devin Neal. If this running back draft class wasn't so deep, you had so many talented running backs in this draft. You had Quinshon Judkins, you had Omarion Hampton, you got You got Henderson, out there in New England. Like, you got so many talented running backs. Like, if this was like just a regular, draft when it comes to how many running backs can actually be pro ready or be able to find success in the NFL, like, you probably would have heard Devin Neal name much earlier than the 6th round. Like, he's very underrated. TJ, I think Torricelli had a huge opportunity to lock in that backup center spot. I think not only that, King Arthur, but the guard spot too. Like, he played guard at South Carolina and at A&T, North Carolina A&T, HBCU. So he started his career at HBCU, and he transferred to South Carolina, but he played guard. The fact that he looks so good playing center, and this is like his first time actually playing a position, like that's very promising. But I think that you need to sign him anyway, because I think he can be, a solid backup as a guard or a center. You don't let that guy get out the door, because number one, if you release him, somebody gonna pick him up. He has too much positive stuff on tape that shows you can actually build something with him. So I definitely wouldn't allow him to try to clear waivers, because he won't. Next man up, TJ, no cold motors. Yeah, man, next man up. I mean, look, I think that I hate this. Oh, man, hate to see that. Leaving on the cart. Bless that brother, man. I like Landon Young, man. Good guy. Got opportunity to talk to him, like, when he was going through the draft process. He was just so happy to be, at the Senior Bowl, to take part in it. And you just hate to see this type of stuff, man. That's the life of offensive lineman. I mean, somebody falling on the back of your leg, you're trying to push, trying to give it everything you got. And I hate to see that kind of stuff. Pray everything turns out well for that, brother. That's a good pass right there. You got Tyler Shough to Mason Tipton on the check down on the 3rd and 3, but it's good enough for a first down. And Rome wasn't built in a day, right? I mean, and also, like, you don't have to go out here trying to do anything explosive. Just take what the defense gives you sometimes, especially in these short yardage situations. That was a really good pass right there. You see Mason Tipton streaking across, and you just catch him, in stride, short yardage play, high percentage. Now it's time to move the chains. So here we go, man. 246. Okay, here we go. Looking, going through his progressions, trying to throw it, checks it down, and you don't want to do that though. I mean, try to get it to Trayton Welch. That worked last week, but you can't keep on going to the well like that. If it's not there, just throw the ball out of bounds. With that, you're trying to throw it, you're trying to lob it up there. I get it. I get what he's trying to do. Trayton Welch, trying to give him a ball, that he got to reach for. But that's a dangerous pass also. Because if it sails over his head and that defender's right there, he can just pick it off. So you don't want that. All right, so here we go. Tried to get the ball to Kevin Austin there, and that pass is incomplete. So he tried to side on me, man. I say, man, the dude got arm talent. Just got to be able to put it all together. That play wouldn't have worked anyway, because Cedric Wilson didn't have really good containment on that block, so wouldn't have worked anyway. TJ, the wide receiver room going to be Olave, Shaheed, and Cooks, Vele, and Tipton? I think more than likely. I think that's who your guys are going to be. Okay. They basically ran the same play. They just ran Cedric Wilson on the inside. So that brings up 4th down. I know some people like to say they call plays like different for Tyler Shough than they do Spencer Rattler. But I just think that's just something that Kellen Moore does. Like, Kellen is like one of those coaches. He likes to make his players feel comfortable. Like, what they do well, he utilizes that and comprise offensive game plan for them that fits their skill set, so they can play loose and free. So that's one of the main reasons why, like, you see a lot of these plays look a little bit different, because maybe there are certain things that Tyler Shough does better and Spencer Rattler may not do, and vice versa. So I think that has something to do with it. I mean, from my history of watching Kellen Moore as a play caller, I will say this: at least we move the ball, and the defense is able to get a break. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. He trying to build Shough up. I mean, why not? I mean, you just want him to be a better version of himself every single day. Shough needs to start throwing the ball down the field. This is why he can't win the competition. Well, you don't want to just throw the ball down the field if something isn't there, man. Like, we know that the Saints wide receivers have had issues getting open, man. And, you just don't want to just be putting the ball out there. Oh, they just threw it 50-50. Like, and there's a chance where it can be picked off. Like, you want to be able to throw the ball down the field, but you want to be able to throw the ball down the field and be able to connect. If the receivers aren't open and the play isn't there, man, you can't throw the ball down the field. So far is AK-47, Kendre Miller, most likely Devin Neal. Yeah, I think Devin Neal will be a part, but I think he'll probably end up on the practice squad the first couple of weeks. How did you think Rattler played? I think he did. It was some up and down. Like, did he knock my socks off? No. But I think he made some throws. There were a couple of plays where he feel that he was confident in his throws. But, I think that it's too much. I'm trying to make a play, this all on me type hero ball that can go and cost him. Like, you got to be able to throw the ball away, throw the ball at the receiver's feet if it's not there. You got to be able to understand, like, it's better to throw the ball away, throw the ball at a player's feet than throwing the ball to the player and he in the backfield knowing that he's going to get tackled right away. Like, got to be able to make better decisions in the pocket. Other than that, like, I think that he's throwing the ball accurately. I think there's something there, but I just think that sometimes, like, he's trying to get rid of the ball and trying to be the hero and doing, like, you can't play like that, man. Take what the defense give you. If it's not there, it's not there. If you have opportunity to run, scramble. Rattler played solid, not great, but solid. I mean, that's what you're going to get. I mean, that's the word from both guys. The word is solid. Both guys are solid. Like, they solid quarterbacks. And, you will hope that as the weeks progress, they end up being better versions of themselves than what you see right now. Excuse me. Blake Grupe in for a 48-yard field goal. So we seen Grupe with a 56, a 47, and now a 48, and that is good. So at least we know Blake Grupe is in regular season form. Like, he's flashing out there. So at least we know that the Saints got a good field goal kicker. Thank you, King Arthur, for the $5. Says, remember, we're running vanilla offense and defense. You got to relax, man. It's a preseason game. The coaches aren't trying to show their hand. Yeah, I mean, they're not too much trying to show their hand out there, but they are opening up the playbook a little bit more than they have over the last couple of weeks. So I don't think you're going to see everything that's in a toolbox, though. But I think Ugo Amadi definitely made his case, man. I think this is probably one of his best games, and the most optimistic thing about this is he was doing it with the first team. He was out there flying around the field with the first team. So I'm happy for that brother, man. I ain't think he had it in him. I thought he was being a solid player with the Saints over the last 3 seasons, but he might be in that rotation. I like how the Saints are utilizing him too. They almost using him like a down linebacker or something. TJ, where's Rico Payton? You'll probably see him towards the end of the game. Probably see him towards the end of the game. And try to get a return on that. He trips. But like I said, man, I like the way the defense is playing. That's a positive part, of this. I mean, the defense going to have to be the catalyst for this team. We already know that until this offense figure it out. That one drive, Rattler could have scored a touchdown. The flag killed it. I mean, he should have scored on that pass that he threw to Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed was open. If he would have threw that ball to the inside instead of the outside, Rashid Shaheed probably would have scored. It would have been an even bigger play. All right, so here we go. Oh, man, good pass right there. I ain't gonna lie. Sam Ellinger, really good pass. I mean, Ugo Amadi thought he had it. All right, so they're in their 2-minute drill right now. All right, so somebody was asking about Quincy Riley at the bottom of your screen. All right, see if these guys can get home. And there we go right there. Bad tackling right there. Who missed the tackle? I think that was Stallbird right there. So Isaiah Stallbird missing tackles. But that's what happens, man, when you have these CBAs and, you're not really practicing tackling. I mean, I expect for the tackling to be spotty the first couple of weeks of the season, as guys kind of rev it up because they rarely do any tackling in practice anymore. All right, so 2nd and 4. All right, so here we go. And that was a really good pass again. So, I mean, really good passing by Sam Ellinger right now, man. Sam Ellinger seeing the field really well, getting the ball to Newton. So they really, they really taking advantage of those corner routes here. So New Orleans Saints, I said that the tackling from the second team has been kind of spotty. It's been kind of spotty, man. They're gonna have to clean that up. All right, so you got Danny Stutzman out there. He's on the blitz. They pick it up and check it down, and there's Sinker again. So Sinker again flashing. I mean, I've been really impressed by this guy. I mean, I think he definitely going to play a huge role in the Saints defense this season. I think, he definitely going to be a part of their rotation. I think he one of those young guys. Oh, man. And good play right there. Good play by Rejon Wright. So really good play right there, man. Good instinctive play. Showing athleticism, knocking the ball out of the air. People would talk about Sinker on the interception, but he was the one that tipped the ball in the air in order for Sinker to catch that pick late in the fourth quarter last week. All right, so 3rd and 9, probably behind a few people, so I'm not really looking at the comments right now. Let's see, Ellinger was in the gun. All right. And when I start praising Ugo Amadi, he gives up a big play. So you had Sam Ellinger dead to right. I mean, you about as free as salvation, as the Christians would say, and you can't get home. Like I said, that's another missed tackle. Sam Ellinger should be on the ground, but instead he converts a 3rd down. So, all right, so you got 1 minute and 2 left. Tries to throw the ball right there. Good blocking up front. You got a few yards on the play. But yeah, man, you got to be able to get off the field on 3rd down. They sent the blitz. Ugo Amadi, you had him. Could have been on the sidelines getting Gatorade, giving Tyler Shough an opportunity to do a 2-minute drill in his own right. So, but instead, Denver continues to move the football down the field. And what a play by former New Orleans Saint Lucas Crawl right there. All right, so what we got on there? See, one thing for sure, Sean giving us a good workout, and he should. Broncos have some good receivers. Yeah, they really do. So people are like, man, well, how can the Denver Broncos give up the Devon Vele? He must not be very good. Now, do y'all see these receivers out here catching these passes? That's the reason why you should allow things to like formulate instead of trying to formulate your opinion irrationally. This is the whole point. Now you see why. So I don't want to hear nothing about, man, why if he's so good, why the Denver Broncos gave him up. Like, y'all see these dudes out here making plays, man. And they out here torching your first team cornerbacks. So there you go right there. That's the answer to your question. So for all those people out here trying to be investigative reporters here, understand that they have some really talented guys on their team. So they basically answering your question right in front of your face. Good play by Ugo. Man, this has been a really good game for Ugo. That 3rd and 9, he gonna want back. Could have got them boys off the field, probably maybe a field goal. But you know, been a pretty solid performance by Ugo Amadi so far. I think, you know, I think he definitely making a strong case to make the 53, which I already believe he was going to do it anyway, but he just looks different, man. I think this defense kind of suits him. All right, so we got Isaiah Stallberg right there. We got 20 seconds left. 3rd down, 3rd and goal. I don't have no issue. Like I said, I don't have no issue. I'm glad that Sean Payton calling this game like this. I really am, man. Like you see where the Saints lack, and you see where they're gonna have to build on some things. Like going to the season with false hope, without having like a real close, like fair evaluation on certain players, what they do best. Like, you know, you're about to get a good workout. You know, you're about to get some good tape where you can. It's rather going to be some good stuff on tape, some bad stuff on tape too, I'm sure. But you'll be able to break it down and analyze it and become better. All right, so here we go. Sam Ehlinger. All right, tried to go for the corner route, and that's a miscommunication. I think he was expecting for his wide receiver to turn up on us, you know, on that stop and go. I think he believed that was a stop and go. Wide receiver thought he had to sit in there, but he didn't. Man, what a hit. My goodness, Vernon Broughton. You're going to feel that one in the morning. Texas on Texas right there. Former teammates. That's his former teammate right there. Vernon Broughton and Sam Ehlinger. LOL, you saw the lady. No, I didn't see no lady. See what we talking about. All right, so you got 13 seconds on the clock. So I mean, good goal line stands by the Saints. Really good goal line stands by the New Orleans Saints on this. So and so I just need to see a touchdown by somebody. All right, 16-9. You got 13 seconds left. Like I said, we're gonna be back for the start of the second half. We're gonna take a little quick break. We'll be back for the start of the second half. So, you know, everybody can probably go get themselves something to drink, something to eat, and we'll be back to break down the second half of this game. And also, immediately following the game, we have the Bleacher Report. We'll have the post-game show on Bleacher Report. I'll put that link inside of the comments later on. So 13 seconds left on the clock. New Orleans Saints down 16-9. I think it's been a better showing by the team. I just think that, you know, you're able to get the ball down the field, but you're not able to punch it in for a touchdown. You know, you're in with field goals, which you don't want, you know, especially like when you start playing some really good talented football teams. So definitely want to make sure that you turning those into 6 points instead of 3 most of the time. All right, but if they're gonna try to get in field goal range or not. This might be a Charlie Smith moment if they can get close. Then they're gonna try to see if Charlie Smith can actually. Well, no, it's just a handoff. So they're just gonna hand this thing off and go into the half. All right, so they just gonna run it out. I thought maybe they were gonna try to do something to try to see if they can do something with Charlie. Michael, thank you very much for the 199. So, are you concerned with the cornerback Sutton was eating? No, I'm not concerned about it. Cortland Sutton is a really really good wide receiver. But I'm not. I'm concerned when in regards to. I'm concerned about this tackling, but I think that everybody's going to be dealing with tackling. Like that's what I said. Like when you got to take some of these reports with a grain of salt. If the Saints have like a position that's lacking, but you're finding a defense having success against a struggling offense, like you can't really take too much. You can't put too much stock into that. Like if they go out here and go up against the opposition and they do these things, then then you can get a better look and feel more optimistic about it. So I mean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, the report was he had one of his best camps, but who was he going up against, right? He wasn't going up against big body receivers, was he not? Like he wasn't going up against these type of guys, smaller, shiftier guys, right? You look at Cortland Sutton, he's more that big body guy, and it's also something that I feel like would help Kool-Aid. If you had some big body possession type receivers that you were working with in practice, then he'll be able to have those type of reps. So that's one of those situations where he probably not used to going up against guys like Cortland Sutton very often. Another injured lineman limping. Yeah. All right, but like I said, folks, well, we're gonna be back for the start of the second half. Gonna go ahead and take a little break here. We're gonna keep the thing live. I'll come back on screen at the start of the second half, and we'll break down. We'll break down the first half and talk about the second half. So, like I said, everybody just kind of go chill, get yourself something to drink, something to eat, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? We're back to the start of the second half. The New Orleans Saints got the ball to start the second half. Just seen a pass by Tyler Shough, broken up by the defender, wide open pass right there. And you got to always look to see if that flag symbol is going to come across the screen when somebody wide open when you're looking at the Saints offense. But really good play right there, man. Shouts out to Trayton Welch. I mean, another big catch by Trayton Welch, man. Back-to-back weeks. All right, here we go. Devin Neal getting his opportunities. Thank y'all for being here, man. We got up to as high as 650 people watching this. Ask that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Best viewers on streambo.com. Thank you for that, Mr. Bot. Let's see. We don't have Hurt. This is probably the first time it didn't work out for him. Yeah, talking about, you don't have Hurt. We're going deep. All right. Oh, and really good pass breakup right there, man. Hey, man, these cornerbacks of the Denver Broncos making plays out there, man. They definitely making plays. So they're making plays. There we go. Mason Tipton, has been like the big time receiver, been the go-to guy. I mean, that was really good containment right there. I mean, he got his arm in there, man. It's just hard for you to make a play like that. All right, so 3rd and 7 for the New Orleans Saints. All right, here we go. Throws it and just sails it over the head of Kevin Austin. So that brings up 4th down. So, yeah. Yeah, Kellen Moore, he frustrated, boy. He is frustrated. Hey, man, but look, the more like Kellen Moore like grows into like being a coach, the better. Like you can just see, like he's starting to like come into his own. Got to make them catches count. Debo was talking about me saying, I don't think we have the right personnel for that tush push to work. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Not at this point. I just like me personally. I think the New Orleans Saints should have asked themselves this question. Like, if you had Tyler Shough and you had Spencer Rattler, and both of these guys to kind of give you a mixed bag or something, but you're wondering if this is going to translate to like success with first team offensive players. Like, you just wonder to yourself, like, why didn't the New Orleans Saints bring a veteran in here? Like, why didn't they bring a veteran on this team? This is what I'm wondering. Like, instead of like it coming down to Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough, if both of these guys are pretty much giving you like a mixed bag, nobody really wanting to take anything. You just have to wonder to yourself, like, why didn't they bring in a veteran to be a part of this camp process? And like, based on what I'm seeing right now, like it's gonna be a tough season, man, regardless of who the starting quarterback gonna be. Because neither one of these, like both of these guys, to me, seem like they understand the magnitude of these games. And, the fact that neither guy basically separated themselves, maybe the pressure is getting to them or something. I don't know. But it's just not a good thing. Just not a good thing, to not go to go into the season without having like at least a veteran quarterback on your team, that somebody that has been a starter in the league, that could possibly be able to like hold down the fort until you figure out what you actually have with these two guys. And then you can basically have your veteran quarterback and have those two guys basically compete to see who would be the backup is. And, let's just say if that starting quarterback struggles, one or the other can actually come in and be that quarterback, and you can just roll with them. We absolutely have quarterback issues. Oh, absolutely. Like I said, both of these guys are they got talent. Both of these guys have talent. It's just going to take some time in order for them to tap into it. Yeah, it's just going to take some time for them to tap into it. Because right now, you're just going to have a mixed bag. Like, you're going to have, like, they're going to have some plays they should have made, going to have some plays that they shouldn't have made. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just wondering, like, why wouldn't you bring a veteran? Like, that's the main part I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't bring in a veteran quarterback, why they haven't brought in a veteran quarterback, somebody that has been a starter in the league, that has made plays. And that way, if both of these guys are giving you a mixed bag and making it extremely difficult for you to make up your mind and make a decision, like, you can at least go with a veteran while these two guys figure it out. Thought Devon Villay would play today. I didn't think he was going to play. I mean, he just got there. He really don't understand the playbook like that, and it's going to take some time for him to do that. They need to keep Jake on the side. Tyler needs to finish this game. I agree. I don't think we need to see Jake Hayner today unless it's like, late in the game, Tyler Shough has improved. I mean, made some plays, and you feel like, okay, we've seen enough out of you. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening today. I mean, look at his tackling, man. I mean, he should have got stopped. Theoretically, he should have got stopped in the backfield. I mean, this guy's like just like the tackling has been terrible in this game. Like this should be a backfield right there. Okay, Fidel Diggs couldn't get him. Then you have Stallbird. I mean, as much great play as Isaiah Stallbird given Saints in the preseason, like, this is probably his worst game that I've seen. Like, he's missed quite a few tackles in this game. All right, here's a handoff right here, a little delayed handoff, and just running up the field, man. So right now, you got your defensive line getting whooped in the trenches by the backup offensive line of the Denver Broncos. Could have brought back Jameis Winston or Teddy B or trade for Kirk Cousins. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to trade for Kirk Cousins. I mean, I can't see the Atlanta Falcons giving you a favor. You would probably have to give up a king's ransom for a guy like Kirk Cousins. Your best bet is probably if they were to cut Kirk Cousins, which I doubt because it would be like a huge cap hit for them. That would be your best bet. But, man, to me, I just think that neither one of these quarterbacks are going to generate a lot of success this season. Like, I think you're going to see some good things. And, at this point, like I said, the Saints are in a rebuilding stage. So I understand where they at right now. But there's going to be some ugly football in 2025 if we looking at it based on, what these dudes are doing right now. Like, because it's going to take some time in order for them to build up what's going on with this offense. But it's gonna be some weeks where they're gonna look. It's gonna look ugly. Look at this, man. This man is just basically dragging these boys, out there. They didn't have to fire Allen. Should have just demoted him back to defensive coordinator. That wouldn't have happened. That's like somebody say, okay, man, I know you the manager, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna demote you to ship supervisor on the floor, and you was the one that was like calling the shots, and then all of a sudden you among the general public, like, who want to work like that? That wasn't happening. And like, their best bet should have been to hire somebody from the outside that was already an offensive minded guy like Sean Payton was. So you could have kept Dennis Allen and he could have focused on the defense. And I feel like by him just focusing on the defense, your defense would have been much better. At least your defense would have been good while you're trying to figure the offense out. That's what they should have did. The bad decision was to hire Dennis Allen as the head coach in the first place. All right, on the 1st and 10 there. They just marching these boys down the field without throwing. Yeah, probably just handing the football off to try to burn some clock here. Yeah, so I mean, they basically just they running the football. I mean, also they just killing the clock. So the clock just continues. The clock just continues to move. And if the Saints defensive line can't get these guys off the field, then guess what? You know, there's lack of opportunities that Tyler Shough get, and now you're going deep. Well, he checks it down. So the clock just continues to move. They continue to convert. They continue to make plays. And then on top of that, it's like the clock just continues to run. So there's less opportunities you have to. Well, there's less opportunities. The offense get an opportunity to get on the field. Broncos wide receivers wide open. I mean, when you running the football and you getting 4 and 5 yards a clip. Rejon Wright, really good containment right there. So Rejon Wright has having some really good plays throughout. So credit to him, man, going out here trying to put forward his best game. You know, when it's a do or die situation for a lot of guys on the team. Exactly. They knew Dennis Allen had problems being a head coach already, so why take that chance? I blame Mickey for that screw up. Yeah, that's one of those decisions you can blame Mickey Loomis for. All right, so here we go. Oh, man. Little friendly fire there. I'm glad Johnny Cinco, okay. He got hit right in the helmet, directly in the helmet by one of his teammates. So you got Peavy out there, who they signed a couple of weeks ago. So right now, I mean, you deep into the depth chart. Like you deep into that joint. Man. So here we go right here. 3 of 9. I mean, better perform. And that's a first down by Lucas Scroll, former New Orleans Saint right there. Man, they just matriculating the ball down the field. Good tackle right there. Good tackle by Quincy Riley right there. And that's been the talk about him, man, not being afraid to get up there and make a tackle. This the cut squad. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I see a few guys that's probably going to be on your team. Quincy Riley is going to be there. Jonas Sinker is going to be there. He's still out there. I got to see the rest of the guys. I think you'll see Rejon Wright. I think he'll probably be on special teams. He'll make the team. But the rest of these guys, man, I doubt if they're going to even be playing. All right, so here we go on the blitz. Tried to pick it up right there, and it scrambles, and he just throws the ball away right there. So good pressure right there by the Saints defense. I tell you what, man. Like I said, these young players, this is what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see these young players go out here and make plays, man. I mean, that was a really good rush by Nephi Sewell, man, pushing the offensive lineman back into the pocket and making it very difficult for Sam Ellinger to get comfortability there. All right, so here we go on this. Look like the Saints are trying to bring the house here. It seems like they want to get the ball out of his hands quick. All right, so they get the pressure, and that pass is intercepted, man. Quincy Riley on the play. I hope he okay, man. Is he okay? All right, yeah, that's good. It looked like, man, the way that he caught the interception. And there you go, man. That's a rookie right there. That's what everybody wanted to see. This is the type of stuff I want Saints fans to be paying attention to. Like looking at guys like this. Like we know that this is going to be a work in progress. This is going to be a work in progress for this team. So you have to like look at the silver linings in these dark clouds, like some of these young players flashing right in front of your eyes, like Christian Boyd, like making plays, and you got like some of your younger players like Danny Stutzman riding sideline to sidelines, and now you see Quincy Riley out here catching the interception. So these are the type of guys that if you're going to find success in the future, they're going to have to be a part of it. So B Krill says about time. Yeah, man. I mean, we seen this last week. Teams were able to kind of get the ball down the field, and the Saints kind of locked in the red zone, as the team got close to the red zone. And last week it was Jalen Ford who had the interception. This week we see it's Quincy Riley. So good play by the young guys. Two more of him, we will be good. Riley has ball hog potential. Him and Sinker can steal snaps this year. Yeah, and also, man, don't sleep on Julian Blackmon either. Like Julian Blackmon, a ball hog as well. Don't get it twisted now. Now he can make plays as well. Says got a little pressure that time. Yep. Strolling up a little bit. That attempt at the tush push on 4th and down was a failure. I don't know if we have the personnel to do that. Rattler is not as big and as strong as Jalen Hurts. I agree with that. I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? Do y'all think the Saints gonna get themselves a veteran quarterback this season? Y'all think they just gonna roll with Rattler, Shough, and Haener? I hope not. Like, I ain't got nothing against Jake Haener, but man, he is what he is at this point. And he would be taking up a valuable spot based on a quarterback position. So I just think that you need a veteran. Man, get out that man's face, man. Don't y'all see that man trying to use the bathroom, man? I said they got the camera in the man's face. It's clear this man trying to use the bathroom. that man over there taking a pee break, and they around it. They look like got this man on camera. Like, get the camera off. Y'all see what he doing? I hope they shop for a veteran quarterback. Yeah, me too, man. What? Like, come on, man. They know what this man. Hey, man over here. Got this man over here in the bathroom on TV, man. Get the camera off. We look. Sure, y'all know y'all could have used like a previous clip or something like that. Got this man over there. You see the two towels, and you see he had the hospital pan. Hilarious, man. I hope they get a veteran quarterback, but I think they'll just rely on the coaching staff being former quarterback knowledge and experience. That ain't good enough for me, man. These quarterbacks can't be out there for them. They can't be out there for them. Like, I think they need a veteran in this room, man. What veterans are available? I don't know what veterans. I mean, the only one I can think of right now that's available that can probably give you something is Carson Wentz. You're probably going to have to trade or see what some of these other teams are going to do as they cut down the roster. Man. Yeah, these boys can't catch a cold in 40 below, man. Some of them. I mean, this is a great this is a player that's on the bubble right here. I mean, you was a 7-round pick, but this is how you make the team, man, being able to convert. Man, you trying to get off the field. Man, my goodness. Oh, they coming for him. And that pass broken up. And yeah, bro. Man. Let's see. I was hoping they would pick up Wentz earlier. Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, everybody's sitting up here, and everybody like talking about the challenge play, and you also have like Sean Payton not really like calling this like a regular season game. Like, this is what you need, man. Like, this is what you need. Like, sitting up here like seeing guys like out there, second and third string guys, vanilla defense, vanilla offense, and just saying, okay, man, we're gonna be all right, we're gonna be good. Like, this is the type of stuff that you need, man. Like, because these are the type of plays that Tyler Shough and Spencer Rattler are gonna see in the regular season. Like, no team is going to come into a game against the Saints and be like, oh man, Tyler Shough, Spencer Rattler playing. So man, we gonna take it easy on them. Like, this is what you need. You want to see who's going to be the best quarterback? Who you want to start? So let's see you go out there and execute against a team that's showing you different things. They're blitzing you. They're disguising things. Like, I have no problem with this whatsoever. Because if he's sitting in a pocket and they just playing zone and they just dropping, you finding soft spots. That's a false sense of reality that they're giving you, because you ain't about to just see zone blitzing all day. I mean, zone defense all the time. Just not. Like, if you want to be the starting quarterback, man, look, you're going to have to face these type of situations every single week. That fumble wasn't Shough's fault. Yeah, okay. Look, if you not holding on to the football, it's your fault. All right, you can take a sack, but you got to hold on to the football. I'd rather see the mistakes and then be surprised. That's my whole point. Like, let's get rid of the false sense of reality and see where we are right now as a team. That's what the Saints need to be doing. That's what they need to be saying to themselves. We will be very lucky to win 7 games this season. Worst quarterback room in the league. I agree with that. I think that both guys have promise, but neither one of these guys right now are ready to start week in, week out in the National Football League. Heck, maybe the Saints know that. Maybe they know something that we don't. I don't see 10 wins with our quarterbacks. Foskey tracking his step. That's about all he doing. He cut, man. He done. Is that 4 or 5 or 6 drop passes this game? Quite a few, man. Can we throw more than 10 yards? I mean, how can you throw more than 10 yards if guys aren't getting open? And then when he throws the ball to guys, they're not catching it. Like, this team, like, it's time for Saints fans to face reality. Like, this team lacks talent. Like, they got talent. They got talent in some areas, but they lack talent. So right now that, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding. So I don't know what people think was going to happen. Like I said, I said this on the last show on Thursday. I don't know if people like trying to psychologically program themselves to believe that the Saints are going to be better, or they're not going to be facing the hardships that they are. But this is a team that just lacks talent right now. We don't have elite talent. No, none. You might have, like, even like with some of the core players, like, they winding down their career. Like, you don't have elite players on this team. Like, you got guys who used to be elite, but now they're like really good and they're towards the twilight of their career. It's not their fault. Why is it so hard for us to find talent? Because look, it goes back to what I played. Let me go ahead and play y'all this press conference right after the draft. This Mickey Loomis talking. This is why I feel like what the main issue is right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other teams do, but I know makeup, which is what we're talking about, that's really important to us. It's really important to us, and there are, things that we look for. Our guys, team captains, are they, have they been through some adversity and come out the other side of that? Have they, are they intelligent football players? And yeah, so I think that's one of the things, team captain. Are they good teammates? Number one, So those are things that we spend a lot of time talking about. And frankly, there are guys that we rule out because it's not good enough for us in our eyes. So, yes.
So, I mean, you up here looking for the Boy Scouts of America. Meanwhile, teams just trying to look for some dogs, and this is the reason why. It's the reason why you're in the situation that you're in. You want team captains and Boy Scouts. So while you sitting up here looking for, guys who, rescuing cats from up trees, these other teams out here, man, they're getting dogs and guys that's gonna be, elite players, all pros and whatnot. Man, that's pathetic. That's just pathetic right there. That's just absolutely pathetic right there. I mean, that defensive that was a pitiful performance right there on that goal line. I mean, this man just shredded off about 3-4 tackles. Like nobody can wrap up 1, 2, 3. This is the type of stuff you need to see, folks. Yeah, let's see. What the F was that? I do not know. Boy, everyone on that defense needs to be cut. Well, everybody on the defense for the most part that's playing right now is going to be cut. And he going for 2. Oh, man. Hey. Look, if he scores, oh, my God, I'm about to say, but you got to love Sean Payton, man, because this is the type of stuff he doing for the last 15 years when he was the head coach of the Saints. This man is hilarious, man. But hey, I ain't got no problem with it at all. Man. Shoot, expose these boys, expose them. Let's see. Let's see what's behind door number 1, 2, and 3. Let's see it. If you ain't got no dogs on your team, if these guys lack, execution, they not putting the ball where it needs to be. They not making really good decisions from the quarterback position. Like that's not a lot of kicking now. Let's see how good these guys actually are. Let's see how good they actually are. Somebody get the Cajun Cannon back in shape, TJ. Terminate Foskey already. Look, man, like I said, man, I am glad. I'm glad that Sean Payton calling this game like this. I keep on saying that, but that's the one main take that I'm going to take away from this game. It was able to allow the Saints to get a full evaluation on these players that are on the bubble, these players that they're counting on to make plays, and this quarterback competition. Like these quarterbacks are going to see things like this. And even though the Denver Broncos have a really good defense, they're not even the best defense the Saints going to see this season. TJ Joggin has way more effort than Foskey. Yeah, man. Look, it's pretty bad, man. I think we might have a top 10 defense, though. Just have to avoid penalties, but we will be in most games. They're going to have to be. This game didn't do nothing for the quarterback battle. Yeah, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Look, it's showing us that these guys are further away than they let know. Like that, we have to look. Sometimes we can't just go into things looking for the good. Like convince me. Like in certain ways, they're convincing you otherwise. Like these are the type. Like they're practicing against each other. The things that they're doing in practice, like they're not gonna get hit. The defense might show you a blitz or something like that, but they ain't trying to take your head off. These teams are trying to win football games. They are not trying to handle you with fine-tooth gloves. This, to me, this is a better evaluation than any of these other games that we've seen from like the quarterback competition, from the Chargers game or the Jacksonville game, in my opinion. Because the way that they're calling this game defensively and offensively for Denver. So if you want like a some false sense of reality or something like this, like, oh man, this ain't doing nothing for the, but like to me, like this is very telling to me. Very telling. Telling me how inexperienced these quarterbacks are, and it's just showing me that maybe the Saints should have thought about bringing in a veteran. While these two individuals, like you should at least brought in a veteran, because the best case scenario, well, the worst case scenario would be one of these two gentlemen would end up just being a backup quarterback. And if your starting quarterback like fizzles out during the season, then one of these guys, week 4, week 5 would have been able to carry the load. And you would have been able to get a good evaluation on both quarterbacks or the quarterback that you select. So that's the biggest mistake that, I think the Saints made. Mickey Loomis is almost like a poor man's version of Jerry Jones. He don't talk as much as Jerry Jones, but his decisions are bad and will keep hindering our team. Yep. That's what I get from, Mickey Loomis. Like, Mickey Loomis he has like his thoughts and his feelings and his views about certain things, and it's hard for him to like, look at it and try to call a spade and and learn from his mistakes. And that's the detriment of the team. And just like Jerry Jones, he's not going anywhere. Like, he can make these bad decisions. Like, he can make bad decision after bad decision because he know he isn't going anywhere. Like, I'm gonna try this year. Like, because he knows I'm still gonna be the general manager of the Saints next year. Like, they're not gonna fire me. And when you carry yourself like that, like, man, you can sit up here and you can throw something against the wall hoping that it stick. These other general managers don't have that luxury, because if they start flaking out, they fired. Worst case scenario for Mickey Loomis, the tag get taken away from him, and he's the vice president of the team, which he still would be over making big time decisions for the team. So yeah, that might be the best pass he threw all game. And good job by Monteval. And the crazy thing about it is that pass that Monteval caught was tougher than the one that he missed on 3rd and 6. Mixed bag. Okay, so here we go. Shough throws, catch. All right, so there you go. All right, couple like real quick passes. Real quick passes by Shough. I'm gonna say this at the end. I'm gonna say this at the end of the day. Oh, is he all right? What a flag at? Man, what a flag at? Even when he's outside the pocket, man, that defender hit him below. I mean, hit him on the legs. How is that not roughing? I don't know, man. Go back and maybe I'm tripping. Let me see. How is that not a flag? I don't know. 2nd and 10. Man, good run right there. Yeah, Devin Neal looks really good, man. He looks explosive, has really good pad level. He leans forward when he runs. Yeah, the Saints got some. Like, this dude, he gonna be in the rotation for years to come. But like, the best thing about this is every one of the Saints draft picks have flashed. Like, every last one of them. Like, Danny Stutzman has flashed. Well, not so much Monteval. I'm sorry, brother. Like, but Devin Neal has flashed in his opportunities, and you had Quincy Riley caught an interception. Like I said, Danny Stutzman been sideline to sidelines. Sinker had that interception last week, made some plays this week. Calvin Banks has been pretty solid at the left tackle position. So the Saints, at least, they're building a really good foundation right now. I say you probably just need a couple more drafts like this, where guys, can come in and play on rookie deals, and you can build your team around them. So that's the bright spot. All the draft picks been flashing out here. Nobody wants to come play in New Orleans. It's not attractive as long as Mickey's here. That's the thing. Like people like, why we can't get this guy? Why we can't get that guy? Like nobody want to come play for those Saints. Like and deal with this quarterback situation. Test the. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think, yeah, had a little issue with my hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry about that, man. My audio box went out. All right, so but anyway, man, yeah, I mean these guys are flashing out there, so that's the best case scenario right here. We got 829 people watching this right now. Ask that you hit the like button. Wherever you are, man, no matter what platform you're watching this on, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do this every single week, man. We will be doing watch alongs every single week this year, as long as I can help it. We'll be doing watch alongs. So we're doing watch alongs and post games. So post games will be on the Bleacher Report. And yeah, so make sure that you all subscribe to the channel. All right, here we go. Tyler Shough on a 3rd and 5. You got, look, throw the ball, man. Yeah. You got it. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Devin Neal. He just turned nothing into something. And what he just did is exactly what he been doing at Kansas, like the entire time he was there, turning nothing into something. Yeah, I walk away. I walk away from this game, man. I'm still concerned about this quarterback room and his wide receiver. Like I know Tyler Shough making plays and he's making these throws, but it's like these are guys that's not going to be on the team. Like these are guys that's not going to be on your football team in the next couple of weeks. Those guys that you were playing against earlier are going to be on the team. So it's like, you finding your most success versus guys that's not going to be on the team. So, I mean, and this has been like a reoccurring thing. Like even with Spencer Rattler last week, like you doing this against second, third string on the bubble guys. Like I would be a little bit more impressed and a little bit more like optimistic about what I'm seeing if I seen this with the first team. So I mean, I see some throws, I see some plays, I see some promise, but I don't, is it going to translate to the first team offense? Is my question. All right, good play by Tyler Shough right there on the RPO. All right, so I mean, he gets the RPO. Shough funny as heck. LOL. Good play. Yeah, he can run now, man. He got 4.6 speed now. I mean, it's just I mean, you can honestly see why though. You can honestly see why this quarterback competition has gone on as long as it has, because it's like it's this they it's crazy. They basically the same guy. If you think about it, like they basically the same guy, just in different builds. Both guys like have really good arm talent. Both guys have really good arm talent. Both guys can sling it. Both guys, they give you some good things, and it gives you a mixed bag. Both guys like struggle when pressure's in their face, make bad decisions, panic a little bit. But I guess, when it comes down to it, like Rattler probably he not afraid to like take a hit if he feel like he can get the ball down the field. But at the end of the day, they basically the same guy. Like both of them have like really good qualities, things they need to work on. It's like watching the same quarterback. Shough runs the RPO pretty well. The quarterback battle will go throughout the season. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like based only on the offensive line, but if the offensive line can, kind of play like they did the first couple series, like it wasn't terrible. It just didn't work out for them. If they can play like that, like, pretty solid the way that they did on those first couple of drives, like I still will start the season with Rattler. I still will start the season with Rattler because at the end of the day, I think this offensive line gonna have its struggles. But like I said, both guys are finding their most success in the second half. And this is when you're not playing first team guys. You're not playing first strings. You're playing second and third string on the bubble guys. That's who you playing. So you able to find success and do things late in the third, fourth quarter. That ain't really moving me, man. It's really not. Like that, I don't feel like Tyler Shough is separating himself, and I ain't even feel this way when it came to Tyler Shough. That's not the reason why I felt like, Spencer Rattler. I was saying Spencer Rattler last week, like, he was able to, facilitate that 2-minute drill, but that's not the reason why I felt like he should have been the starter. I just think that the Saints lack certain things, and it's probably more beneficial for them to start Rattler over Shough. But like I said, they basically the same. They're the same guy. Like they both lighting it up against second and third string guys and making plays against second and third string guys. The only thing they basically have told us that they can play in the National Football League. As a starter, man, that was a good hit right there. Fadil Diggs right there. That's a really good hit. But yeah, man, seriously, that's the only thing that this basically just taught me. They didn't teach me anything about these guys. It just tells me that they belong in the NFL. As a starter, I haven't seen that. Like a consistent starter. Can they start games like in the face of maybe your starter being hurt? They showed me that. But not to a point where I feel like any one of these guys are like starting week in, week out. But TJ, they lost playing next. They lost playing next bubble players. I mean, you say they lost? I mean, last time they tied. Oh, man, good tackle right there. Region right, that boy been flying around that field, though. They making better decisions against second and third string guys. Cedric Wilson is not it. He had like 2 drops today. Damn, Shough got twice as many passing attempts than Rattler. To me, Rattler has always looked like a backup. Shough looks way more comfortable. I can't say that. I think they both look the same. They both look the same to me. Like I said, it's based on circumstances for me why I feel like Rattler should start over Shough. It's just the way that this team is built right now. It has nothing to do with the talent. Like I'm not saying that Tyler Shough not going to end up playing at all this season. I don't think Spencer Rattler is at that point where you feel, okay, man, I think we're gonna be good for the rest of the season. You start off the season with Spencer Rattler, and you see what you got, and you still got some things you're gonna work on with Tyler Shough, and if things don't work out with Rattler, you put in Tyler Shough. TJ, how much of a difference will regular season play from now? A huge difference. I mean, it plays a huge difference because these guys aren't. Most of the guys that Tyler Shough is trying to throw the ball against aren't going to be on the Denver Broncos next week. They're just not. So yeah, this plays a huge role. Saints are still a work in progress. Yeah, they're a work in progress. Basically did the same things for the Charger game. If you, like I said, if you're looking at this game and evaluating on second half like performances, or you evaluating the quarterbacks based on that, I don't think that's ideal. Because that's basically like you're not going to be facing these guys. The guys that Tyler Shough or Spencer Rattler going to face if they end up being a starter are going to be much faster, much stronger, much smarter, and you're going to have to be able to dissect, what they're doing, and it's not going to be against third string guys that's probably going to be in the USFL or probably never play football again after this. TJ, the fact that Kellen Moore picked Shough, I believe because of that, the starter job is his to lose. Well, look, this is the reason, in my opinion, once again, why are we still at this point? Because they want Tyler Shough to be the starting quarterback. He just hasn't done enough in order for them to validate it. Because look, this is a young coach who is in his first year, and everything that he does, people are looking at. So you haven't built up enough equity yet in order for you to make a bad decision and people not look at it and be like, and be like, you know what? Oh man, it'll be all right. Okay, you good. You ain't built up enough positive equity yet. So if you go out there and just basically start Shough over Rattler, and you don't really go through the process, or you don't create an environment like this, people gonna be like, oh man, well, you wanted Shough to be the quarterback in the first place. That's probably what they wanted, but you don't want to make it so obvious to a point where it just seems like that was the plan the whole entire time. Like, you don't want that. All right, on the 4th and 6. All right, so here we go. Let's see what they can do here. All right. All right. And all right, so there you go. Yeah, that boy Davis been balling, man. Man, Foskey, if you don't go sit down somewhere, hey, Foskey, look, he get to it now. He want to try to, man, bro, you ain't had nothing to do with that. Knock it off, boy. Everybody see Davis. Everybody see Davis made that play. Foskey go kind of come around there like he had something to do with trying to get an assist. Get out of here. He tried to come around there like we didn't just see Davis make the play, bro. We saw him, man. Oh man, like we just saw he gonna come around there. Davis makes the tackle, and then all of a sudden here come Foskey around there. He won't wrap around there too, like he was on the assist. You're a day late and a dollar short, my friend. Day late and a dollar short. That was funny right there. Jasheen Davis on the sack. Here goes Isaiah Foskey trying to back clean up. Like, boy. Yeah, man. You said where's Jasheen Davis? Jasheen Davis is from Wake Forest. Tyler wins the job if he comes back and wins this game. I don't know, man. Like I said, these guys going up against second and third string guys. I ain't about to put too much stock in it, but once again, I think that it's more about optics to me than anything. Like, so I agree. Like, if he goes out here and he facilitates this, it's probably what they wanted in the first place. They just needed to validate it. It's kind of hard for you to like validate it if everybody is saying that, oh, Spencer Rattler has look better of the quarterbacks. Then it just seemed like it basically is just the fix is in, right? Like, oh man, it was uphill battle. They never want him to start in the first place. If Shough can come out here and do it, you validate it. So now you can be like, oh, it came down to it, but we like what we saw in Tyler towards the end of the game. You can validate it. Jake going in. Okay. Hayner is a waste of reps. It was really a bad call to draft Shough. That draft class is mediocre compared to next year's draft class. I mean, maybe, man. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think the quarterbacks next year will be a little bit more better than what they had this year. And now we got Jake Hayne out here. Jake the Snake. Jake, just throw the ball away. Like, come on, bro. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the inexperience of these quarterbacks. Like, they want to play hero ball, and I get it. Like, this is a competition. You trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to make sure that, like you're making plays that can be positive on tape when the coaches are evaluating, but live to fight another day, man. Like, throw the ball away, taking unnecessary hits and all this kind of stuff, man. Like, trying to extend these plays, man, only putting the ball into harm's way. Like, come on, man. Again, throws it. That pass caught. Like I said, man, just live to fight another day. All three of these quarterbacks, to me, have done that. Like, live to fight another day. Jake, in time to go paint the bathroom. Come on, man. I ain't got nothing against Jake Hayne. I just think he's taking up a valuable spot that the Saints need in a veteran quarterback. Jake Hayner is on his Kellen Moore path. He's gonna be a quarterbacks coach in a few years. Yep. Yeah, well, I strongly feel that way. I think he's gonna be a good coach. Good catch right there by Cedric Wilson. He threw the ball a little bit behind him. He was still able to catch it. Yeah, to me, this has been a pretty if you're trying to decide a quarterback competition, this is the game that tells you I don't know what he was trying to do with that one. All right, but anyway, if you're trying to evaluate a quarterback, the only thing this game taught you is man, I need a veteran. This the only thing. This the only thing this game taught me. Like, you need okay, if you want to not let a veteran start right now, okay, fine. But this game taught me you need a veteran on this football team. And I'm not talking about Jake Hayner. Like, Jake Hayner theoretically is a veteran because he's been there longer than all the other guys. But I'm talking about somebody that has started in the National Football League that can provide context in certain situations, leadership in certain situations. Man, these quarterbacks, bro, wide open, Dante Pettis, and he just sells it like what? You ain't even you don't even need to hit him that hard. You might be right, TJ. This room either or the same. I mean, I also come away from this game knowing that the Saints got some really good field goal kickers. I mean, you got two real good kickers there. So maybe you can get a 7-round pick back for Charlie Smith or something. I don't know. If Atlanta took on some of Kirk Cousins' contract, I love Cousins. Man, I don't see the Saints making no deals with no Atlanta Falcons. I don't see that. Unless and if they do, it's going to involve a king's ransom to do it. Why would you give them something that will be beneficial and help them and in your division? Like, it's one thing if a player gets cut and another team within a division pick them up, but to make a trade for him, like, the only reason I don't want Jameis Winston back, he panics under pressure and he usually ends up in interception. Well, I mean, that's pretty much the story of these quarterbacks, to be honest with you. Panic under pressure, inaccurate throws, and sometimes most likely probably going to be picked off. So, join the room. Kellen got his eyes on 2026 draft. Just watch, in my opinion, none of these guys are franchise quarterback caliber. Yeah. I think you have, I'm not going to say, the only thing that these preseason games have shown me is these two guys, they belong in the National Football League. As football players, as quarterbacks. Consistent starters? No, not consistently being starters. Like, holding down the fort for a couple of weeks until your starting quarterback come back. I'll gladly take Jameis back. Sure, he'll throw 2 picks, but he'll also throw 4 touchdowns. Yep. And look, at least the season not going to be boring. At least Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave going to be eating out there. At least that. Because Jameis going to toss that thing up for that 50-50 in a minute. So if we're going to look like slow, and we're going to be like in a rebuild, at least you're going to generate some excitement. You know what I'm saying? At least you can get a 70-yard touchdown pass to Rashid Shaheed or something. But we're going to be seeing dinking and dunking, nickel and quartering down the field on offense. I don't think nobody want to be sitting up there watching this week after week. And at least the Saints going to put up some points. You know that with Jameis as the quarterback. So, I mean, where the team is right now, you already know. You probably going to be seeing some bad offensive football over the next, for the entire season, it looked like. So, Winston to go toe for toe with any quarterback in the NFC South. Like I said, at least you're gonna be able to put up some points. Jameis gonna put the ball into the end zone. He'll probably throw some interceptions, but he's gonna put the ball into the end zone. Loomis not bringing back Jameis. I agree, but it's not because it ain't the best decision. It's probably because he's looking at those other quarterbacks and how they may make them feel. And that's been the detriment of this football team since Sean Payton and Drew Brees left. Bro, please, no eating W's. He had me pulling my hair out laugh. Man, I think if we talking about what the New Orleans Saints have right now, if we talking about what they actually have right now and what Jameis Winston can bring, I'm pretty sure if you're a logical thinking Saints fan, you will take what Jameis Winston can bring over what these quarterbacks have shown you with the first team. We need a veteran. We in trouble, dead last in every off-ranking category. For the people crying for Sanders, how y'all feeling right now? About now? Oh, I don't know. I don't know exactly what that means. Is he struggling right now? I mean, let's see. He's 3 of 6 for 14 yards. Let's see. He's 3 of 6 for 14 yards right now. So I guess he's playing. I mean, of course, we can't see what he's doing over there on that side. What veteran quarterbacks out there in free? I mean, you're probably gonna have some more. You're probably gonna have some more veteran quarterbacks, after teams make their final cuts. I'm interested to see what the Giants gonna do with Jameis Winston. You got Russell Wilson, who's your starter. You got Jackson Dart, your promising upstart. And then you got Tommy DeVito, who is very familiar with the offense already, as their third string. So are they going to cut Tommy DeVito for Jameis Winston? I don't know. I don't think that's happening. Wentz the only free agent available. Like I said, you'll have more free agents that's going to be available at the quarterback position you can choose from. Man, that was a good run right there. Show real good patience on that run. Sanders' numbers are going to go up. All it takes is one pass. Man, I like Shadir Sanders as well as the next man, but he not going to play for the Saints. So, talking about what the Saints should have had with him, it's irrelevant. Is Flacco the definite starter in Cleveland? I mean, until further notice, yes. Yeah, until further notice, he is. You got to do what's best for the team. Kellen might not be around 3 years. Yes, he will. He'll be around. Because this year, to me, is more like a red shirt year. This is more like a red shirt year for Kellen Moore. Like, nobody really evaluating him and deciding, is he a good coach based on this season alone? Like, I think that everybody kind of knows that this is going to be a process. So, but yeah, I think he'll be here in 3 years. Because I think the team, like me personally, I think the team probably going to be much better in 2026 than right now. Like, they basically just kind of, just getting everything together to try to build this thing back up. I think they keep Winston. They don't want to rush Dart out there if Russ gets hurt. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the way that he playing, the way that Jackson Dart playing, I think that, he playing good enough to be that backup quarterback. He torching the secondary. Why you didn't want Sanders if it wasn't his play style? Man, what a catch. Man, what a catch right there. That was a really good catch by that guy. With Courtney Jackson. Let's see. Vikings backup quarterback look good. They establishing culture right now, enjoying the process. Giants said a while back Winston is staying with them. Let's see. Is it normal to draft a quarterback, then turn around and draft another high quarterback again? Yeah. I mean, we seen what the Tennessee Titans do that. What they had, Will Levis. And then, Will Levis was a second-round pick, and then they turned around and got Cam Ward. Man, this tackling has been god-awful. They established culture. Yeah, man, you see that all the time, man. Teams just, turn around, they realize that they made a mistake. They go right back to the well, try to draft another quarterback. Let's see. I don't believe every quarterback that played good in preseason will be good in the regular season. Well, this is what a rebuild looks like. I mean, this is what it is. You got a flag right there, so it's probably gonna be a holding penalty right there. Let's see. You got to keep trying for that quarterback, man. Yep. Neil made a good case in this final game. Kellen wants 4 running backs. I think Devin Neal made some progress. I think that the improvised throw by Tyler Shough to Devin Neal, and Devin Neal turning nothing into something really helped. Really showed his shiftiness and qualities he possesses and what he can bring to the team. Nobody on the field making the team. I mean, yeah, you pretty much gonna have like a lot of like backups. You're gonna have like a lot of these guys that are gonna be backups or probably end up, not being cut. I think it's Rattler's job to lose just because he's been here a year longer. That don't mean anything. I mean, this coaching staff don't have any ties to him. Right now, like they both like in this stage of the process, like they both rookies because they both learning a new offense. Jake Hayner going to win the starting position and lead us to the first team eliminated from the playoffs. Man, I just think that it's the best idea is to go out here and get a veteran quarterback. Get a veteran quarterback on this team. I mean, take a look at a Tuesday, who get cut, and if it's somebody that can come in that's a solid quarterback, I think that's who you roll with. I tell you what, Price is not making this team. If he is, it's not going to be. Yeah, I don't see him making the team. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, Kellen Moore, like this is gonna be a long season, bro. Gonna be a long season. Man said it's gonna be a a long season. Said that man just shaking his head like, man saying, Lord have mercy. The year the Cardinals had number 1 pick, they drafted Kyler Murray and drafted Josh Rosen third year before. Yep. But if you start Rattler and he do bad, you can go to Tyler. Can go to Tyler, but if you start Tyler and look bad, you stuck. Well, if you stuck, then at least you know what you need to do next year. At least you know what you need to do next year. I wonder if Mike T is back at 100% yet. Cards didn't Kyler no wide receiver help on offense until last year getting Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, but Mike Wilson, man, like he pretty good. Like the wide receiver that they have out there, talented guy. And then you got Trey McBride, the tight end. Like then you got Connors out there, the running back, James Connors. What if the team pulls a 360 in regular season and start winning? Well, I think that would be a pleasant surprise for everybody. But I must admit, I don't see that. Like this, I don't see that happening. I don't. I mean, I see some flashes of what they can possibly be, but I don't know, man. This team is too bottom heavy. I mean, too top heavy when it comes to talent. All right, we're gonna go for it on 4th down. You know you probably about to go for it. And go ahead, go ahead, stay out there. They can't, what they gonna do? Drive down the field on us? What, Isaiah Foskey? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That should have been a false start, but I digress. Wow. Oh no, bro. Wow. Boy, that was the type of stuff I grew up watching. That's the type of Saints football I used to grow up watching. That is the type of Saints football I grew up watching right there. That man, like, it's gonna be a long season. I feel you. I feel you, Kelly. I say, are the fans booing? Boy, like, And they're going for 2. Go ahead and run it in. There you go. Man, Sean trying to go for 2 on them, boy. Man, that was pathetic. That was absolutely pathetic right here. How went like, man? I don't care what string you are. You can't. This man just slinging up prayers in the answer. Like, I mean, defense play calling has me in question. Got a position team better to stop everybody. Like I said, man, these guys not gonna be on the team, but still, you can't give up no stuff like that. He doesn't care at all. He's been throwing up prayers the whole time he's been in. Now I don't know. Now I mean, he's been pretty open. They've been pretty open throughout this process. So I'm watching and I'm speechless. Like that's the type of same stuff I can remember growing up as a kid watching. That's what they used to like. That's what they used to look like, giving up plays like that just uncanny and weird, and you're just like, man, what in the world, man? This is a live practice. They not gonna show you the real defense. Look, I hope that ain't the real defense. Sure, I hope that ain't but I don't care. I don't care if they're the real defense or not. There are certain plays that a team should not be making, and that was one of them. After the Dicker era, they actually added the rule book. No team can have 2 quarterbacks named Billy Joe. All right, so that's going to lead to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, man. Piano Dean, thank you very much for the $5, man. My goodness, man. We need a veteran quarterback badly. Best fun I ever had. Shout out to Mickey. Man, this team right now, like I said, it's going to be a process. It is going to be a process, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best way I can put it. But we're going to be going live immediately following the game on the Bleacher Report, break down this game. There was some good things, despite, the fact that it looks like the New Orleans Saints, aren't going to win this football game. But there was some good spots. There's some good things that they can actually build on. But I walk away from this game realizing that neither one of these quarterbacks, to me, have separated themselves from the fold. And the fact that both of these quarterbacks basically look like mirrors to each other, and they're finding very little success with first-team players. It's not very – it doesn't scream optimism. He did a Jameis. Yeah, pretty much. What's Chase Daniel doing? At least we will win best dress or top 5. Say they're gonna look good while they lose, huh? Well, they reduced the penalties. Yeah, I mean that's a positive thing, right? I didn't see too many penalties, but I mean I've seen some terrible tackling. This tackling has been terrible. The New Orleans need to hire Sean Payton back immediately. Well, that ain't happening. Saints fans need a mental health exam. Well, I mean, you know where they are right now. You know who they are and what they are. So, to me, there's no need for us to be sitting up here like losing our mind about a team that we know that lacks talent, especially at the position that you need to be talented the most, which is the quarterback position. I think both I think both quarterbacks, as of right now, at this stage of their football life, have been exposed in this game. This shows you like both of them like have some really good qualities. They both have really good arm strength, but they don't make really good decisions at times. They panic a little bit when pressure is around them. And like I said, it's the same old song and dance. Like you're finding your most success against second and third string guys. So like the only thing that's basically telling you is you have two quarterbacks that could be quarterbacks in the league, but not starting quarterbacks. Well, not consistent starting quarterbacks at this point, or they shouldn't be a starter. That's the only thing this basically taught me. And whoever is the starting quarterback, they're going to struggle. All right. So Gospel Gaming says, I still like Tyler over Shadur. Thank you very much for the 199. I mean, look, I'm rolling with Tyler Shough. I mean, he's the Saints quarterback. He ain't got no choice. Man, oh man, nice adjustment right there by Marcus Jones. He always tried to get out of bounds, couldn't get there. Call Sanders, Browns don't want him. I think even if Shadur was on the street, like let's just say, for example, they decide that they want to roll with Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and Gabriel. Like and he get cut. Like I guarantee you, like, oh man, my goodness. My goodness. Gee Louise, bro. Can somebody connect on an accurate pass? This has been like these quarterbacks have missed like some. Man, none of these quarterbacks can connect on these passes. Like these guys are wide open, and if they wide open and they connect with them, the receiver dropping the ball. Like, geez Louise, man. I can see Sean Payton blitzing on third down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Throw it. Press the like button. Tyler always looks a bit better than Rattler. Like, what did Rattler do with all last year? Man, I don't think he looked like that. Man, they look the same to me. Like, I'm sorry, man. I know we trying to sit up here and lobby for our guy, like, but none of it, like, both of these guys to me have basically put forth the same type of performance. Struggle with the first team, and then when backups start coming in, based on them coming into the game, they find success. But once again, they're not going up against these second half caliber players. They're going up against the first teams. And both of these guys in their opportunities against first team starters on the opposite team, that's a sack. They have not rose to the occasion. So if we up here sitting up, oh man, he won this competition. Like to me, neither one of these guys deserve to be a day one starter. But you know, if you talk about the lesser of two evils right now, I would say Spencer Rattler, based on how your team is constructed. It's not like, oh, I'm picking Spencer Rattler because, oh, I like Spencer Rattler. I think he's just that much better than Tyler Shough. No. It's just the fact that your offensive line is garbage. And, you know, I just think that you wouldn't be doing your young quarterback a favor by putting him in a game, killing his confidence because your offensive line isn't good enough to be able to block him and be able to have him stand upright for him to be able to make plays. Man, just go ahead and punt that ball, man. Should get up out of here. Shoot, you already lost the offensive lineman. Like, I just think anybody sitting up here thinking that either one of these quarterbacks going to turn it on and become like everything that you want them to be this season, I just think that's wishful thinking. That's just wishful thinking to me. Hopefully this lack of talent gives us a peek into how good Kellen Moore is with play calling and schemes. Yeah, he's gonna have to do guys' work, especially at the quarterback position and on that offensive line if they're gonna be looking like that. But I will say that the offensive line looked a little better today, and it probably had something to do with Eric McCoy being a part of it. He's the one out there calling protection. So, I mean, he's a huge addition to this team, literally and figuratively. All right, here we go. Just throw the ball up there, man. And did he catch that? And that's incomplete. It is it is what it is, man. We know what our team is, and this is not a quarterback competition of two Hall of Fame. Yep. Like I said, Jake Haener is a very intelligent football player, but man, he just lacks the athleticism and the ability to be able to play the quarterback position at a high level, and be a starting caliber, being a starting caliber of football player in the National Football League. That's just plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. But I get, but but you want to know what that showed me though? I'm gonna be real. You know what Jake Haener coming into the game showed me? They already know who the starting quarterback going to be. They already know. Like, because if it's such a hard situation, you would have let Spencer Rattler play the entire first half, and you would have let, maybe Tyler Shough play the entire second half. Like, they know, man, they know. You wouldn't even seen Jake Haener if this was such a tough situation. It's so hard. It's like, come on, man. They already know. They know who about to be the starter. And they know who's starting in this game. You wouldn't have seen. You would not have seen. You would not have seen Jake Haener at all. But that's what it told me. And look how early he got into the game in the fourth quarter. So they know. They know who they want to start. We are screwed this season. Yeah, it's gonna be a long season. I can't lie about that. It's gonna be a long season at the quarterback position. I can tell you that right now. I woke up rooting for Spencer Rattler. Rattler got it. He disappointed me. I don't know what we talking about. Somebody said 5 wins. God dang. Got 1,015 people watching this live right now, man. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is the State of the Saints podcast. We are a weekly podcast, man. We do about 4 or 5 shows a week. We do post-game, pre-game shows here on the channel. And, done over 1,800 episodes. My name is TJ Jones, native of New Orleans, born and raised. Been a Saints fan my entire life. And, happy to do this podcast each and every week. So if you're into Saints content, Saints football, this is the place to be. Make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're here. We'll be glad to have you. As you can see, we're pretty interactive. Doesn't matter if you donate, give super chats or not. You are the voice, and we try to let your voice be heard here. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. The dark days of Saints football are back. The dark days of Saints football have been around. Been here for a while. Winter been coming for a long time. Like they say on Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Like winter is indeed coming. No doubt about that. TJ, man, love your show. I will keep believing in my Saints. Like, man, your belief is gonna have to keep you here, man. It's gonna be rough. How much would Cousins cost? I'm telling you, man, like he probably wouldn't cost as much as you would have to give up to get him, because he is in your division. He's in your division. So if a team would possibly take, like, maybe, I don't know, a third round for him, like straight up, like for you to get him, it'll probably be a third round, a second round too. You are like, it is what it is at this point, folks. It is what it is. Like I don't know, like I don't know any other way that I can put it together for you. I don't know how I can slice it, cut it, divide it, and distribute it out. Like it is a uphill battle, and it is what it is at this point. Once again, because the Saints had ample time. They had ample time to go out here and try to get a veteran quarterback in here that can be a part of this quarterback competition. Instead, they wanted to run with the young guns. So I don't know if this was a way for them to, see, evaluate talent, understand that this was going to be a dark season. We did hear Mickey Loomis in one of his press conferences say that, he talked about the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell first year. The Saints won Detroit won 3 games. So if you're up here bringing up Detroit, I think you kind of know where your team is right now. You really don't know football. Rattler is going to be fine. Let's see. Go grab Shadur. I don't know if you're talking about me not knowing football or you're talking about somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I don't know football. I don't know. I don't know football, man. I don't know if that was for me or somebody else. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Bring back Jameis Winston. We need him. Browns don't deserve him. Say, go grab Shadur. Man, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. But folks, we got to go ahead and switch over to the Bleacher Report. I got to go ahead and break down this football game. And if you're not doing anything, make sure that you head on over to the Bleacher Report. And we'll be breaking this down. And I will probably come back after that's over for maybe like 10, 15 minutes and give my final thoughts about the game. So keep it locked to the State of the Saints podcast. But if you want to hear the post-game show, once again, it's on the Bleacher Report. We're about to go ahead and switch over to that. Thank you all so much for being here. Follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Also, check out the State of the NFL podcast, a podcast where we talk about some of the hottest topics in the NFL. Make sure that you subscribe to that channel as well. I'll go ahead and put that link in the comments as well. But thank each and every one of you. And till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?